Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 7 of the Cattle-Lackie, a Farmstead episode. Yeah, that's right. 2 of them in a row, back to back. Wasn't my intention, but that's what you've got. As you can see, it's the 1st of October, and rested last night after the second day of September, with every intention of harvesting corn this morning. Quite confident in that expectation that we were going to have corn to harvest this morning. Well, we don't. As a matter of transparency and as a confession, I'm not used to playing with seasons, period, let alone 2-day months. And I simply neglected to notice that, it hadn't advanced in its maturity as far as I thought it did. So it looks like either in the second day of October or in November, we're going to have corn and we're going to have soybeans. We're going to essentially get everything all at one time. A thought that makes me a little anxious, but nonetheless, that's what we're faced with. And, well, we'll find a way to deal with it. In the meantime, you know what? There's not a whole, other than feeding the cows, there's not a whole lot we can do over at JD's. So, we're going to take care of some things around here today. See that hill up there? We're going to mow it. As you recall, in our last episode, we bought all of our grass equipment, and we've got a field of it up there. So we may as well go ahead and mow it, turn it to hay, and see if we can make a few bucks from it. But before we do that, I thought we'd check on our apples and our grapes to see if we have any more. To see if we have any more that we can put into the juice production. I know for a fact we're going to have some grapes up there. I don't know quite what's up with the apples, whether enough time's passed or not. But if so, well, all the better. All right, I could have parked that tractor in a better spot. All right, let's get our trailer back here. I'm being optimistic that I need more than the flatbed on the truck. And oh, yes, absolutely. We've got apples there and there. Oh, yes. Oh, great. We've got a full load of apples. And as I said, we should have grapes as well. And we do. Excellent. Let's get out here and get turned around. And we'll bring the tractor back here with the forks, load everything up, and get it into the juice production. And, and we'll start mowing some grass. Alrighty, let's see. So I'll just park this right about here for now. Let's jump in the tractor. Oh, finally, looking at the weather up there. I don't know if, well, you probably wouldn't have noticed, but so far every in-game day that we've had, it has rained at some point or another. A lot of times when I complete recording, I go on and tidy up a few things, and eventually at some point, inevitably, the skies opened up. Yeah, we could do we could do without that today. All right, let's load up some grapes. Back to my my material handling skills. Let's see if this trailer is going to just go ahead and grab. Oh, and it did. Oh, brother. There we go. So we'll go ahead and grab these apples while we're here. So how's everybody doing today? I hope well. And I guess I'll just go ahead and ask. I think the majority of my audience, people live in the United States. I hope everyone had an enjoyable holiday weekend, because this episode should be airing the day after the holiday, when all of us are getting ready to go back to work. So yeah, it's the end of summer. How about it? Can't believe it. Blinking, it's over. Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Oh, wait. Well, I don't see any rhyme or reason as to how that's being stacked on there, but whatever. We'll just keep on doing what we're doing. You know, back to the dilemma with the corn harvest. I'm going to go ahead and, do this episode, but I think, if I fast forward to the second day of October and we still aren't able to harvest crops, I might just go ahead and go all the way through to November, which is fine. I'll stop to feed our cows in between. Oh, there we go. Okay, perfect. But yeah, I had every intention of toiling on the farm today, on the big farm, with actual field work. But I can remember back in FS19 when we all used to kind of bemoan the logistics or the physics of things like material handling equipment, pallets, pallet forks and stuff like that. And I mean, one of the things I know everyone was very hopeful for is that it would improve in 19, and I would say that it did. I think it improved tremendously, but I'd be all for another improvement. Although I don't know how much of it is, I don't know how much of the physics truly need to be involved, I should say improved, and how much of it has to do with my old eyes and poor reflexes. There we go. And speaking of FS25, boy, there's been a ton of photos, gameplay footage released here this past couple of weeks, or I should say this past 10 days, since I believe it was that Gamescom. What's everybody think? Gotta be loving it. Don't know that I love the tornadoes though. I lived in the Southeast for 16 years and tornadoes were a real thing, and I was personally never, directly affected by one, but I know a lot of people who were, and it was pretty devastating. I just hope if they are part of the game, that's one thing, but I just hope it's not a situation where one comes rolling through every month. Although the the rain and the hail and the crop damage as a result of it, hey, that's a real thing, right? So, who knows? Oh, and while I'm boring you with loading apples onto a trailer, a couple of things. I was checking out my channel, and baby steps. I am happy to say that since the start of this series, the number of subscribers has essentially just about doubled. One more and it will have. So hey, that's pretty encouraging. The other thing, I noticed that I received a couple of achievements. One having to do with 500 views. I thought, wow, that's pretty interesting. Although I realized that many of the people simply click through the video. A lot of them do not watch it in its entirety. Nonetheless, I've had a minimum of 500 times someone has at least touched them. So who knows? I mean, maybe that means I'm on the right track. Okay, let's see. What do I got to do here to get this one to load? Will it load? Uh-oh. Maybe not. Okay. How about up here? I noticed I ran into this last time. I loaded the first few pallets of apples, and then after I got past, I think it was about 4, they stopped auto-loading. All right, well, I guess, let's see, I've got, 5 on there, 3 more to go. So anyway, yeah, up to 12 subscribers, and total of 500 views. So making progress, slowly but surely. As I have mentioned a long time ago, look, this isn't anything I rely on. This is just simply fun. I love this game, and I love to talk. So I put my 2 favorite pastimes together and start a YouTube channel. Oh, and speaking of subscribers, I do want to give a little shout out to my most recent Farmer Brian Gaming. I want to thank you so much for your kind and encouraging comments. I've really enjoyed seeing them after the last few videos. Keep them coming. I know you commented that you'd like to get into content creation but weren't really sure about how to get started. Well, I think you're already partway there. I noticed you have a YouTube channel set up. I subscribe to it, even though there's nothing out there. I'm going to be the first one. And I hope that you're able to piece it together and get some content out there soon. And as I mentioned in one of my responses to you, if there's anything I can do to offer you any encouragement or any help of any kind, please feel free to reach out. Be happy to. So yeah, we are a close-knit community. There aren't a ton of us. And as I said in the last episode, I'm going to kind of run this as a series within a series. So that leaves it's kind of a blank canvas. Anybody that has any thoughts, any opinions, something you'd like to see, maybe something I ought to try out, feel free to shout it out. I'll be more than happy to consider anything, and if it makes sense, give it a go. If you guys want to have input into this, by all means, I welcome it. Okay, let's see here. I think we got a little space here. I don't stack it as neatly as the trailer does. All right, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we've got one more and we can be done. In fact, what I think we'll do is we'll hook the mower up and get started mowing. The sun's starting to peek up above the trees there. I have no idea how long it's going to take to mow this field. I did a little bit of prep work. I went out and using Courseplay mapped out a field so that we can utilize Courseplay to mow the grass, even though there is not an actual field definition there. Okay. Well, this is great. Yeah, I just noticed after we were delivering the apples the last time that these are only 500 liter pallets, and I believe I can actually pick these things up. I suppose things get busy enough, I may just do that. As I said, I reserve the right to automate the process as much as possible, although it does me good to practice. All right, let's get this down. Whoa, hello. All right. Okay, enough of that for now. Let's go drop the front end loader, grab the mower, and get going mowing this grass. So I have a feeling it's going to take a while. There's only a 3.5 meter mower, 3.5 meter mower. I can talk, and that's a big hill. Speaking of which, you know what? Maybe you guys can help me with this one. I would like some feedback, as a matter of fact. You know, there's a lot of space up there, but that is a hill, and it's a pretty big one. I'm not sure I'm real warm and fuzzy about the prospects of putting a field on that big hill. I think, number one, I think the tractor's going to struggle on it with a lot of equipment, especially a plow. I think harvester is going to struggle on it. You know, we'll see how this mowing equipment does. I kind of suspect the mowing, the tedding, the raking is going to go okay. I think it's the baling that's going to cause us grief. But by all means, you know, if you have an opinion, I'd love to hear it. Should we put in a field up there, or shouldn't we? I mean, this map is hilly. Okay, where's our... Load and activate. Right there. All right. Well, providing I've got the offset right on this, which, who knows? It's a crapshoot. I might end up having to clean up a great big mess. Okay, I'm just curious to see how long it's going to take to do this. Obviously, I have no intention of making you people sit and wait around while this thing mows for an hour and 40 minutes. Oh, my word. Wow. Okay. Oh, well. All right. Well, it's mowing. Tell you what, we're going to jump out here, run across the way, jump in the truck, and make sure everything's strapped in. I don't know about that last boo. Not sure about the pallet that's on the tailgate. Don't think the strap's back there. Oh well, we'll be careful. We'll get to the juice production, get this unloaded. I'm curious to see what's over there. Oh, great. Yeah, we do have some product. Looks like 3 pallets. Wonderful. All right. Okay. I'm going to jump out here, move some stuff around. Looks like this one's not. Yeah, I can pick those up. I think I need to move over a little bit. Let's see. Yeah. Tight area. Back up in here a bit more. Maybe I can knock over my pallets of juice. There we go. Now everything seems to be moving, or most everything. Yeah. All right. Well, while that's unloading, walk back here and see what we've got. We've got 3 pallets, 200 kilograms. Oh, I can pick those up too. All right. Well, whoops. Tell you what I think we'll do here. Let's take a look at that production real quick. What's it looking like? And let's see, should we turn on raisins and grape juice, or just, I think we're just going to turn on grape juice. Don't have a ton of grapes in there. Okay, 5,800. Okay, good. And what does it look like to be selling this apple juice these days? Let's see if we can find that. Wish there was a way to search for items in here. Okay. Oh, there's grape juice. Oh wow, 37. We're in October. Oh, wow, we're at the figures. We're at the high point right now, and we won't have any until tomorrow. Yeah, I think grape juice is a better option. Definitely. Okay, well, what about apple juice? Where's that at in here? I don't think it's up here. Strawberries. Apple and apple juice. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Wow. Sells for $4,000 per 1,000 liters. So that'd be $12,000 we're sitting on right now. Now it's sitting at... what is it? Well, no, look, farmers market fruit, 4,400. That's pretty good. You know what? I think we're going to sell some apple juice, folks. Whoops. Well, once I get out from behind this tree. Let me bring up my menu. Excellent. Okay. Let's get out here and head for the farmers market. Farmers market fruit. Excellent. Go. I'm going to take another look at our mower real quick. Alrighty. Rolling our second headland here. It's doing a good job. It's mowing nicely. Just going to take a while. There's something to share with you folks. So if you were at all with me in my first series, I had just purchased a Thrustmaster SimTask farm stick, the joystick, and a Thrustmaster T128, not the 248 like I should have, the T128 steering wheel and pedals. And when I got the farm stick, I was really, really thrilled. I mean, it's really a nice tool, great addition. Even though I'm a pretty diehard controller player, the the farm stick really does make dealing with a lot of things like material handling equipment, front loaders, logging equipment, makes it a lot more intuitive and a lot easier and a lot less frustrating than using a mouse, keyboard, or even a controller. But I couldn't say the same for the steering wheel. I just didn't like it, and part of the reason I didn't like it is I just felt like the sensitivity was like way down on it, and I felt like I had to turn the wheel like 3 times all the way around to get anything to turn. And I thought, nah, okay, maybe it's just me, you know. I just need to spend some time with it, and everything will be fine. Well, no, I mean, I played with it, but I was never confident enough to try to record with it. And finally, I just gave up on it. And I thought, you know what, boy, what a waste of money. I mean, because it wasn't cheap. And I was watching a farm sim guy start up a new series on a brand new map, a brand new wilderness map that's out there, a 4X map. And I think it's called Homestead Frontier or something like that, or Wilderness Frontier. Anyway, there was a conversation in the chat about people having that very same issue, and he piped up and he said, "Oh, you know, it's a setting, on your steering wheel, and all you have to do is adjust the steering angle." So I thought, oh, okay, that's interesting. So I made a note of it, went out, and of course, you know, it helps when you read the instructions, which I had not done previously, and I downloaded the user's manual for my steering wheel, and lo and behold, yeah, there's this adjustment in there called steering angle, and it adjusts anywhere from 900 degrees, which is the default, so that's essentially almost 3 times completely around in a circle, down to 270 degrees, which is 3/4 of the way around. So I simply went in and adjusted that angle or that sensitivity from 900 down to I took it all the way down to 270 to start with, and I had the opposite problem. I was steering too sharply, too quickly. So I compromised at about 330 degrees, and what a difference! I mean, it was revolutionary. And I actually played with the steering wheel last night, and found it to be pretty enjoyable and comfortable. As a matter of fact, as soon as I can remap some of the keys on this steering wheel, because it has the same buttons as my Xbox controller that I use. As soon as I can remap some of those buttons to the functions that I commonly use, I might actually be brave enough to record with it and set my controller down. It will still be within reach, but I will set it down. So anyway, yeah, kind of a happy ending there for, you know, what was kind of frustrating for me. Okay, where are we at? Oh, here we go. We're almost there. I see I'm missing something in my setup. Shouldn't have had to go that way. That doesn't matter. All right. I believe the farmers market stands are up here, right there on the left, right by the baseball diamond. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to jump in here. Otherwise, we're looking at another T-bone incident. Let the traffic clear. I can't remember which one of these is which. You know what? I think this first one's for the fruit. Yes. Oh no, it's not. Is it? Oh yeah, it is. It is. So 1,500 and four. So yeah, it's what, 6,300. That's pretty good. Excellent. All right. That gets us back up to almost 24,000. All right, let's send this thing home. There we go. And while he's busy driving recklessly and too fast for the road conditions, I'm going to jump in here and take a look at the used equipment and see if there's anything that catches our eye that we might want or need. There's a bale spike. You know, You know what? We kind of do need something. We do need a bale spike. Hang on here. I'm going to stop him. We're gonna stop and do some shopping, folks. I would like a bale spike for the international, so that we can pick up the bales that we're going to ultimately make and get them loaded on this trailer. Because even though this trailer will auto load, this is not a bale loader, so I have no idea how many it'll take. And some of these universal auto load trailers will take like a half a dozen bales. Yeah, we're gonna need more than that. Let's see what we can find here. Bale loaders. Oh, I digress. Oh, JD ought to buy that. Class. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, look at that. That could come in handy. Yeah, we're not going to waste money. Eye on the prize. Oh, man. How nice would it be to have another tractor? Okay. All right. Great as that stuff is, I don't think so. All right, bale loaders. Right here, Pro Bale. That's the square one. That's the round one right here. So, oh, this is only 3,000. You know what? We're gonna grab one of these. Wheel loader, front loader. We are going to grab one of these with our Case IH colors. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. Okay, it is an auto load. Okay. 3-point front loader, Case IH, and buy. Yeah, we can easily afford that from the proceeds of our. Oh shoot! You know what? I did it again, folks. Yeah, confession. I was setting some stuff up at the Farmstead, and I made a quick purchase, and I used store deliveries, and I think that's where that ended up, if I'm not mistaken. Oh boy, that kind of ruins the production value now, doesn't it? Okay, we're going back and forth. Looks like we are. Let's see. Looks like we are missing a little here, aren't we? Ugh. Just a tad bit. Yeah. That tells me the width is off. And we didn't notice it on the headlands because of the we didn't notice it on the headlands because of the overlap I had set for the headlands. But we're definitely noticing it here. All right, well, we just might have to live with it. I dropped the work width down, but sadly, I think the horse is out of the barn because I've already set the course. Well, that's looking pretty good, but I think we'll pay for it on the return trip. We'll see here in a second. Again, Courseplay and offset tools. Sigh. Yeah. And it's definitely leaving it. Okay then. Well, we'll deal with it as it is. Alrighty. Tell you what, folks, I am going to hit the pause button for you and allow this to continue and finish, and I will be back with you when we're ready to turn this wet grass into hay. Okay, I'm back. Well, that wasn't terrible. However, remember all that discussion about you guys let me know what I should do with this field? Yeah, you forget that. This thing is a handful. All of those little swales right there, I noticed the tractor would lurch when it got down in them. I think this thing definitely needs, you definitely need the right equipment to work a hill like this. A lot of horsepower, probably wheel weights. I would guess at the very least, probably a front weight. Yeah, I don't have any of that stuff. Again, was it horrible? No, it wasn't horrible. But I definitely think before you could turn that into a herbal field, it would be a struggle. So anyway, here we are again, starting the next step in the process. And again, I'm not going to bore you guys with this. You've probably seen enough tedding and baling on these types of playthroughs. Lord knows I have. Although, boy, by the time I get this done, it'll be bedtime for me tonight. Oh well, the bane of playing on these big maps. Oh yeah, that's something that it just reminded me. I've taken a lot of constructive feedback, let's put it that way, with regard to playing on a 16x map in a single player mode. And Farmer Brian Gaming, when he initially commented to me, indicated that he was playing on a 32x map. And I believe, I hope I'm not misquoting here, I believe it was New Horizon, potentially. And I'm thinking to myself, wow. And everybody thinks I'm a glutton for punishment. And this guy's playing on a 32x map. I have never even attempted play on one of those. Although I can tell you, as much as I've enjoyed this so far, and I'm looking forward to it, and I really, really do like all the variety, just everything there is to see on this map, it will probably be a good long time before I ever tackle another playthrough on a 16x map. Again, it's not that it's any more difficult to do anything. It's just that it takes so much longer to do anything. It would be so much more, I think, natural if I could start a process like this and have it last 5-10 minutes, have it be done, and all the while be entertaining you guys with a bunch of rhetorical nonsense. Get that contracts hut off there. We really don't need that. Anyway, moving along pretty good. I did notice, the mower didn't struggle on the hills, but I am really concerned about our baler. I didn't check the horsepower requirement of that. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that real quick. I want to. Oh shoot! You know what? I'm in JD's farm. Oh, that's okay. I can jump out of it. I had to go over there, and I did want to go over there and check on the cows. In fact, since we're in here, I'll just show you. So you can see we made it through the night okay with our Angus. They ate all of the TMR. I basically the last episode when I put the TMR into the dairy cows, I just simply took what was left and dumped it into the Angus, and they ate all of that. They are down to 20,000. They need a minimum of 28, so I'm going to have to feed cows before the day's over. And likewise with the dairy cows, they ate all of the TMR that I put in, and they're working on taking down this hay. So I'm going to let them go ahead and eat that down a little bit, and then later on in the day I'll run over there, mix up another batch of TMR and give to them and maybe to the beef cattle. Looks like we're making some progress on reproduction here. We've got a handful of them, 16 of them that have no reproduction, 41 that are at 20%, and 63 that are at 10%. And the same thing down here. We have 24 at 20%, 32 at 10%, and then 4 at 0%. So yeah, making progress, moving right along, and we'll have little ones here in several months if I can ever get this series moving. So anyway, there's that. Let's go ahead and I'll get back to my own farm here. Get kicked out of the tractor. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. I can get back in. There we go. And yeah, let's just check the wrong thing. Let's check the horsepower. Where are we at here? 179, almost 180 horsepower. That's not terrible. Our baler requires 115. No, we should be all right. All right. I'll forget what I said. All right, folks. I'm going to hit the pause button again, and when I bring you back in, it'll be time to put this into rows. Okay, everybody. Well, that was actually not too bad. It was far less painful than mowing. So, good. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get this tedder back into the barn. Vehicles with short wheelbases. Well, while I'm struggling with this, I discovered another little quirk about this map while I was waiting for that activity to complete. You know, I sure do hope this map, along with a lot of these other ones that have come out lately, I hope they have an opportunity to get an update before Farming Simulator 22 officially is pronounced dead. I just really like this map, but there's definitely some stuff going on I don't understand. So remember when I said to you folks that my original plan in October was to harvest cornfields. But when I rolled the clock forward to about 6 a.m. and I checked, they were still sitting in the last growth stage. Well, as I was taking care of some housekeeping items in between checking in with you folks, I happened to notice that one of our cornfields is suddenly ready to harvest. In fact, not just one of them, but 3 of them. 3 that were not at 6 o'clock this morning in game time. But lo and behold, 3 hours later they are. So I don't know. Apparently, whenever the growth stages update in this game, it's not, you know, at the stroke of midnight when one would anticipate. So, yeah, weird. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. We're cutting hay, and that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do 2 of these. Land overlap. We'll do 16. Yeah, I'll do 16. Smooth. Roast to skip 1. And we're going to, you know what, we're going to start on the center rows, the up-down rows. And I'm going to run a field margin out here because I've got a bunch of junk beyond the edge of the field. Let's see what this looks like. And we wait. Okay, not too bad. That's about where I want it. All right, I believe the start was someplace over the hill on the other side over here. So let's get over there and get lined up. Yeah, I think farming this hill definitely can be challenging. Again, not saying it can't be done with the right equipment, but boy, you'd need some horsepower and a lot of patience. And as you can see, there's a bunch of field back there. I mean, that's all ours. And there's a bunch of field back there that I did not even bother to cut. Maybe another time. Okay. Let's see what the damage is here. One hour and 40 minutes. Oh, yippee. Okay, well, here we go again. Going to be a while. And this is where I wish I had a second tractor, because I would love to be able to just go ahead and start laying down bales. But that's not a thing for us, at least not yet. Holy moly, that doesn't look like that's... Oh, maybe it is. Sometimes the auto detect on the width of these implements. I'm always nervous. I guess it's all right. Okay, well, sorry about all the jump cuts, folks, but once again, I'm not going to sit here and burden you with the details of this mundane chore. I will be back in a moment, or rather, a moment for you anyway. See you soon. Okay, welcome back, everybody. It's been a moment for you. It's been hours for me. Yeah, look at that. We've got a field full of hay bales. And we've got more than that. We've got a conundrum. So as I was sitting here, allowing this work to be done, I was starting to make a plan, figure this out, because look at this. Yeah, 120 bales, folks, and we're not even done yet. Wow. That's a lot of bales. So I got to thinking, what are we going to do with 120 bales? So I went out and I started to take a look at our handy dandy time-saving stock check, and look at this. Hey, yeah, you see that number? Holy buckets. How can that possibly be? Value at all sell points. Central neighbor 490, north neighbor 487, yada yada yada. Interestingly enough, we get down to, the measly standard sell points, farmers market, goods, animal dealer, about half that much. Yeah, don't know what to do about this. Really don't. So the neighbors, as they are affectionately known, are truly that. They're north neighbor there. The central neighbor is, where is it? Right here. In fact, let's take a quick visit. Interestingly enough, here are the sell points. These hay rings, one here and one here. There's no easy way to get in here. There's no. In fact, the tip point is inside that ring. So, I guess the question is, yeah, wow. One at a time. Is that how we unload this? How much does it take? Is there a limit? I don't know. And even if there is a limit, is that notion still even still feasible? I mean, let's face it one more time. $490,000, folks. Wow. And I was sitting here thinking, man, I'd like to buy some more land. Well, that wouldn't be too hard to do with $490,000. As a matter of fact, where we're sitting right now, this piece up here, it's got soybeans in it. In fact, ready to harvest. Let's see, it's it's not up there yet. There you go. It's 160,000. Down here, farmland 37. It's got a field of corn in it. Much bigger than it looks, 21,000. Wow, what do we do? Do we cash in the hay and take the big bucks and, buy the big hay field? And if we do that, I mean, does that really make sense? Because, and there it is out there. I'm sorry, the big soybean field. Do we buy that because we don't have the equipment to harvest that? Do we lease it? Do we borrow the money? Again, loans and leases are on the table. So here's where we're at, folks. We're finishing this up, and mercifully so. For you, this has been hopefully a short episode. For me, it has been a long evening. Again, we're a small community here, and I'm going to take my time before I sell any of these bales. So give me your input, your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Should we go for the money? Take what we can get? Or should we just play it fair and take it all to the animal dealer and get about half as much? And bear in mind that half as much is still going to be a ton. So, yeah, that's kind of what we're left with, and kind of what I would love your input on. As you can tell, baling on this hill has been somewhat of a chore. It hasn't been arduous, but it's been somewhat of a chore. But if we can make this kind of money, you know what? I'm up for it. In fact, forget what I said earlier. After saying forget what I said earlier, I might want to turn this into a field, a grass field, and get some actual yield out of it. Might actually be a worthwhile endeavor. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Been a heck of a day. We've gotten a lot done and gotten our eyes opened at the same time. But hey, these are great problems to have. Oh, as the baler's about to finish without quite being finished yet, I'm going to turn it around here and pick up this last little strip. As I've said, this map is full of surprises. I just don't quite know what I'm going to find next. Wasn't quite expecting to find out that I could sell this much hay for that much money. In fact, as we were, well, as you were in your break, and I was contemplating where to go next here, I thought, well, shoot, maybe I should have just raked all this up and got a wrapper and wrapped all of it and made silage out of it. But if we can sell hay for that price, I mean, heck, folks, who wouldn't? All right, so I'm going to go up here by the bale trailer, which you'll notice that I did load up a load of bales just to see how the truck would handle it. And yeah, I didn't do a very good job. It was kind of a kind of a miserable experience. Okay, let's unload this baler. There we go. Well, I'll tell you what. How's that for a thumbnail right there? Let's take one real quick. Might help if I get out of the tractor. Oh, didn't turn the flight state on. Forgive me, folks. I'm a little punch drunk after what has been a very, very long evening. Shoot, where's my... There it is. All right. I don't know about you all, but I think that right there ought to work. Great. Tell you what, folks. Like I said, I'm going to contemplate what to do with these bales. Please feel free to chime in the comments. I'd love everybody's input. Again, should I take the money as much as I could get, or should I go sell it for what we might consider an honest price? Thanks so much for watching. If you liked what you saw today, let me know. Hit that thumbs up button. If you didn't like what you saw today, or you have a suggestion, do me a favor. Fill out those comments below. And by all means, if you've been watching for a while and you're not subscribed, I'd appreciate you considering subscribing. It helped me out and it would help out the channel. Have a great day, everybody.